How do I use geolocation within Analysis Pipeline? Analysis Pipeline supports use of mapping files to map IP addresses to values. This functionality can be used to implement geolocation within pipeline analyses. Geolocation can be used to filter flows to or from specific locations, or to group flows for analysis. Adding geolocation to an analysis requires creation of an IP address to location PMAP file, and then slight modification to the analysis building blocks. Building a PMAP file requires access to a data source that associates IP address to some geographic location, as well as a Silk tool RW PMAP build. This method supports various geolocation data types, from country names to long lat coordinates. A special version of the geolocation PMAP, countrycodes.pmap, can be created using the Silk tool RW GeoIP to CC map. This is created from the maxmind legacy separated value country file. The countrycodes.pmap file is the easiest to build as it does not require pre-processing of the data. First, uncompress the maxmind file, then run the RW GeoIP to CC map command, specifying the input file, output file, and the IP version mode. To build a geolocation PMAP file from another dataset, you must first preprocess the file into the format expected by RW PMAP build. The expected format is IP address range, some whitespace, and the value, with each line being a record. The IP address range can be specified using either CIDR block notation or low address high address pair. For individual IP addresses in CIDR block notation, use /32 for the block size. For individual IP addresses in low-high notation, use the same IP address for both. Low-high notation accepts either the standard dotted quad format or IP addresses as integer values. Once the geolocation data has been formatted appropriately, run RW PMAP build, specifying the input and output files. This method of building PMAP files can be applied to other data you may want to associate with IP addresses, such as APT names, ASNs, or the departments within your organization. As mentioned, geolocation and other PMAPs can be incorporated into analyses in two ways, either as part of a filter or as a grouping mechanism with for each in an evaluation or statistic. Both require declarations of the PMAP before it can be used. To declare a PMAP, create a statement outside the building blocks within the configuration file. It can be anywhere in the file, as long as the declaration is before its first use. Once declared, it can be used as many times as desired. The PMAP declaration starts with the keyword PMAP, followed by an alias or variable name for the PMAP file, and ends with a path to the file in quotation mark. To use a PMAP file, you use the alias from the declaration with a field to look up in parentheses. This looks similar to a function call when you are programming. Within a filter block, the geolocation PMAP can be used to only pass flows where either the source or destination IP address matches a specific location, matches a location from a list, or does not match a location. For instance, if you want to find flows where the declaration is Antarctica, you would type the alias, open parentheses, the keyword dip, close parentheses, == Antarctica, in quotation marks. Within an evaluation or statistic, geolocation can be used as a grouping or partitioning mechanism to evaluate thresholds or calculate statistics. For example, to have an evaluation block that alerts when any particular country has flows that exceed some value, use a for each statement with the alias name, followed by either the keywords SIP or DIP in parentheses. You would use SIP to evaluate for originating country. DIP would be used to evaluate for destination country. For instance, to alert when an individual country is a source of more than 100,000 bytes of data, you would use something like for each geolocation SIP, then a check threshold block with the sum bytes greater than 100,000 statement. Thank you for watching. For more information about CERT, visit www.cert.org. For more information about Analysis Pipeline or other tools, check out tools.netza.cert.org.